Hi, my name is Brittany, and I am doing the new Booktuber tag. So I've been on Booktube for a couple months now. I'm not exactly sure how long, but I haven't been able to post as many videos as I would like because I am a full-time English major. And I felt like it was kind of time to do the newbie tag. I really enjoy watching them, so I thought I'd do it. So yeah, this is me. Okay, so some information about the tag. I'm sure you've heard of it, but I found out on Booktube Wikipedia, which I didn't know existed, some information about it, created in 2014 by Brenda C. I'll leave that tagged below because just in case you're interested, I thought that was interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna be going over 10 questions. So apparently it was originally 7, but now it's 10. So here we go, a little bit about me. 1, why did you start this channel? So I started this channel after I spent a year abroad in Bath, England. And when I was there, I interned at a local bookstore and I absolutely loved it. And my love for books had kind of faded, and I really it sparked an interest in me. Like I felt this passion again just to read all the time. So I picked up reading again, and I've been reading, I started reading a lot, and I started getting back into Booktube. I've watched Booktube for years, like back when like Ariel Bissett was really big, Raylene, Paris Projects, Sasha Ellsberg, like back in the day. So I've watched it for years and I've loved it, and I was like, why not? I've kind of always wanted to have one, but I thought, like, who would want to listen to me? But then I was like, this is for me, this is fun for me, so like I get to do it if I want. You know, like you don't have to have these qualifications to do it. So I was like, why not talk about books? Why not spread my love of them and get to talk about them with other people? Why not have this documentation of what I thought about these books? So yeah, I really just love everything about the community, and I'd like to be a part of it. So yeah, that's about it. 2, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to Booktube? Okay, 1, I like to wear hats inside. 2, I'm not afraid to be silly. Yeah, you can check out my bloopers and previous videos for that. Some embarrassing content there. My mom was telling me that my grandmother watches these videos, and I said, well, that's embarrassing because I'm pretty sure I've done I was like jiggling my arms and stuff, and I was like, whatever, like it's life, you know? Let's see, 3, I am an English major. I like to analyze books and stuff like that, so I plan to do more of those types of videos, so I think that's something cool that I bring. I mean, I know I'm not the only one, so like, but yeah, I read a lot of different things. I don't read just like one genre, so I think that gives me some variety to what I read, and so maybe someone that reads similarly to me will be able to find someone that reads like them, because I know like everyone has different reading tastes. So yeah, those are some things. 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? Okay, so I'm really excited to, 1, continue posting videos about like should you read something and going over the first chapter. To avoid copyright stuff, I'm probably going to do older like classics. So I'm thinking about doing like a Jane Austen series about like which Jane Austen book you should read, because I took a whole class on it, so I have thoughts. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about library hauls. I love library hauls. I love the library, big fan. Yeah, I'm excited to post more about the books I've been reading. I'm really excited about it all. I don't know. I'm too excited. 4, why do you love reading? Oh my gosh, well, is that a loaded question? So when people ask you, what's your favorite book? And you're like, I don't know. I love reading because, I mean, I loved it forever. I love it because you get to read what someone created. Someone poured their heart into something, and you get to be a part of that, and you get to discover this world, and you get to imagine it, and everyone gets to imagine it differently. And I mean, I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful that we can create something out of nothing, and I think it's beautiful that I can be a part of that as a reader. And I think that there's nothing quite like reading. I mean, it's just beautiful and amazing, and I found a lot of healing and hope in books. So yeah. 5, what book or series got you into reading? I don't know. I've read since I was like tiny. I remember when I was younger, I really loved the Boxcar Children series, so that definitely got me into reading. More recently, what got me back into reading was An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I've talked about that quite a bit on my channel, but I absolutely love that book. Phenomenal. Gone Girl also helped me enjoy reading again. These are just some books that like got me out of reading slumps. Yeah, there's plenty of books like that, but those are two of the ones that really stick in my mind. There are a few books in my life that I've read that really changed how I view reading, which is not what this question's asking. Maybe I'll do a whole other video about that. But some of those would be The Things They Carried, Calypso by David Sedaris. But yeah, maybe I'll do a video on that. So yeah, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I didn't read these questions beforehand, so I really don't. Well, this is all just off the fly. I didn't write down any answers. Probably should have done that. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I would ask what books made them change the way they think. I would ask what their favorite books were as kids. A book that surprised them. If they read more books that make them happy or sad. Or what feeling they like to be invoked. I don't know, I'd ask them all kinds of questions. What challenge do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I mean, I think it'll be kind of hard to post consistently since I am a full-time student who is overloading on their classes in their last semester of college. So I'm gonna try my best, but like, I'm doing this for fun and I'm trying not to put pressure on me to post like a certain amount of times a week or anything like that, because this is for fun. And I just want to post when I want to post, and I don't want to put so much pressure on myself, and I find that really hard that I do put pressure on myself. I'm also afraid of saying something stupid. I say a lot of stupid things, and I feel like with the internet, they stay out there longer. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, that one's a dumb thing to say, because I laugh when I'm uncomfortable or when I'm upset. I laugh all the time, and so I don't want to be misconstrued as me making fun of something or making light of anything. But I mean, I don't know, I'm excited. 8, when did you start reading? Well, the exact age that I was able to read is a bit unknown. My mom used to read to me every night, and she was like half awake, exhausted, had 2 kids, you know, like she's reading me to sleep. I've read the same book like a million times, and she was just kind of like doing it from memory, like not really reading. And I was like, Mom, you skipped some words. And she was like, what's that say? And I told her, and she was like, you can read? And I was like, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. You know? So I don't know exactly when I was able to start reading, but I've read ever since. I never really stopped reading. I remember when I was in elementary school, we had these like little tokens you could get if you read a certain amount of time. And I didn't realize that like I probably shouldn't have kept going and getting hundreds of them. Okay. Sorry, my mom just called, totally interrupted it. Okay. So yeah, when did you start reading? Never stopped. Question number 9, where do you read? I read just about anywhere, usually in bed, if I'm being honest. I like to be in bed when I read. I like to be cozy. I usually read at night, so that also I fall asleep reading. So yeah, usually in bed, somewhere cozy. Sometimes I read outside. Not when it's snowing. Sometimes when it's snowing. That's question 10. What kind of books do you like to read? So I like to read just about anything. I recently fell in love with reading, as I was talking about, like about a year ago. I fell back in love with reading, and it really sparked my interest. Up until then, I mostly reread stuff, and I read a lot of YA romance. And while I still have a soft spot in my heart for YA romance, like it's not that I think it's not good or anything like that. It's just not for me right now in my life. I just find that the ones that I find and enjoyed when I was younger have a lot of unhealthy relationships. And it's not that I think they're all like that. It's just, I've kind of fallen out of love with that genre. And so trying to find what I like to read now has been an adventure for me, and something I'm still on. So I've read this past year, you can look at my favorites of the year. I have a video on that, I'll like link it somewhere. But yeah, so those give you an idea of some of the books I read. So I really loved Gone Girl. I read The Shining by Stephen King, so a little bit of thriller. I don't usually read thrillers, but I'm fine reading it. I also read, I recently read The Circle by David Garris, so that's more of like a dystopian type thing, which I also enjoy. I read a lot of graphic novels. Yes, so Heartstopper is up there, Moonstruck. Yes, there's so many good graphic novels. Love graphic novels. Game of Thrones. I recently read Game of Thrones. I'm planning to read Lies of Locke Lamora soon, so I like fantasy. I also recently read Remote Control, which is a new sci-fi dystopian type novel, and so I read that recently, also enjoyed. So I read a bit of everything. I don't read a lot of romance. I'm not saying it's off limits. I love graphic novel romances. I read a fair amount of LGBTQ literature. Graphic novels are a lot of that. House on the Cerulean Sea, which I just did a review for. I also read that and I loved it. I'm really here for anything. So really it's easier to say what I don't read. So I don't read a lot of YA or YA romance. Not none. If you look at my reading list, it's actually surprising how much of it is YA. Yeah, so I read a bit of everything. So yeah, that's just an idea of what I read. You can check out my videos to see like some of the things I've read and if you're interested in any of those things. But yeah, so thank you for watching. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Mwah. Have a great day.